Hey, thanks for joining me today. It is Wednesday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And it's also Wednesday, a Big Idea Wednesday, where I like to just take something to help you understand how your brain works, how you think, and maybe that will have a positive effect on your life. But first, flame on. I want to thank everyone that likes, shares, comments, all that good stuff. It does make a difference in the algorithm, and that is a way that you can support the channel. Of course, if you don't want to share this video, and there's no obligation to do so, there's links in the description. You can just, send me $1,000. That would work as well. Kidding. Kind of. Anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day. This may come as a shock to you, but I don't know how good you are at judging people, but just by looking at me, did you ever consider the fact that I may be just a little bit Irish? I mean, the name probably didn't give it away, did it? Or all the freckles. But I do want to say one thing that's great about St. Patrick's Day is that so far it's allowed, and you don't get accused of cultural appropriation for St. Patrick's Day. I kind of wish that would be the same for all holidays, but at least we're holding strong on St. Patrick's Day. So hope you celebrate today, wear green, don't get pinched. I'm sure that tradition is done, but whatever. Let's get to what we're talking about today, which is the Pratfall Effect. Now, if you like this Big Idea Wednesday, I got a whole playlist. So if you are trying to ignore the news, there's nothing in the news I want to see, you can check out that playlist. It's a lot of ideas that you can think about. But today, this is the Pratfall Effect. Oh my goodness! I spilled coffee all over my desk, and I'm such a great actor. Kidding. What I did right now, this was an example of the Pratfall Effect. But you got to be careful about that. First, let me explain what it is. Is spilling coffee on yourself ever beneficial? What about stubbing your toe, falling down in public? According to social psychology, clumsy mistakes like these can give individuals an advantage more often than you think. It's called the Pratfall Effect, and it remains highly intriguing theory in the field of social science. So what exactly is it? It states that people that are considered highly competent are found to be more likable when they perform an everyday blunder than those that don't. The effect was first studied by social psychologist Elliot Aronson in 1966. Aronson speculated that people considered superior by others could become more attractive upon committing a small pratfall. So in this article, they used the word superior. That was what was used at the time of this study. Don't get hung up on that word. Believe it or not, it just means that someone is better at something than someone else. Okay, it's not associated with anything else. But because these superior people were viewed by others as superhuman, a small mistake would allow others to better humanize them and thus like them more. So we can observe this Pratfall Effect, for example, with Jennifer Lawrence. Now, here's the video where she tripped when she was going up to accept her Academy Award. Now, whether or not she staged that, it doesn't matter. The effect worked. What happens is when we think that someone is really awesome, by tripping, by spilling coffee, by doing some little clumsy thing, we will think of them as even more likable than they already are. And that's kind of an amazing thing, but there are some downsides to it as well. I want to talk about the study. So in his theory, he thought that this could have a positive effect for anyone, right? And here's how this was done. They took a bunch of guys, 48 male subjects, college age, and had them record an audio recording of them answering trivia questions. And he divided them into 4 groups. Okay, there were the guys that answered almost all the correct the questions correctly, right? 92% correctly. And then the other group of guys would answer about 30% correctly. So they didn't do as well. They did, poorly or average on these trivia questions. And then at the end of the audio recording, he had half from each group have a clanking noise and say, "Oh my goodness, I spilled coffee all over my new suit," right? To explain that they made an error. And then what they did is they asked the people that listened to these to rate how likable these people were. And here was the amazing thing that they learned. For those guys that answered superiorly, they answered 92% correct. They were more likable if they spilled the coffee, or, if there was the illusion that they spilled the coffee. This was an audio. But consequently, the people that answered the questions only 30% correctly, the people tended to like them less if they spilled the coffee. So this only works if your audience thinks very highly of you. If they think average of you, this does nothing. So this you will often see as a trope in, let's say, romantic comedies. There will be this really pretty, smart, funny girl, and then she will be clumsy, and that makes her even more attractive. But if there's some, fat, sweaty, bald guy, just some average dude, and he trips, you think even less of them. Look at that idiot, right? And so that's what the Pratfall effect is. And I think it is really interesting that you can observe this in real life, and you can see, oh, this person that I've put on a pedestal, I like them more when they pretend to be average. And average people, if they have failings, I don't care for them as much. It's something to keep in mind, and you can use this for yourself. If you happen to be in a group that everyone thinks highly of you, you can use this trick to have them like you more. But if you're just an average schlub, it doesn't do a whole lot of good. That is the basic idea of the Pratfall effect. If you've got any examples of this that have happened in your real life, let me know in the comments. Again, thanks for hitting that like button. Let's go for 100 likes on this video. Share it. I hope you're having an awesome day. Peace.